Hi, I'm Marisha Wallace, and you're listening to The Art of Kindness.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to The Art of Kindness, where we have compassionate conversations with artists from all areas of the entertainment industry who are using their voice to spread joy and make this big spinning planet in the universe a better place to be. I'm Robert Peterpaul, and I'm so glad you're here.
Where are we today?
I'm in my apartment. I'm in Brooklyn. Yeah.
I love Brooklyn. Last time I saw you, you were in Germany, technically, I guess, sort of.
In the Kit
Not
Kat Club.
really. In the Kit Kat Club. And I need to say before we start, nothing you probably haven't heard before, but you are a powerhouse, my friend. I
Thank
mean,
you.
your performance as Sally Bowles was one of the best performances I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen
What?
a lot
Your
of
whole
shows.
life?
My whole life, you're just one of those performers that I feel like has everyone in the palm of their hands. And the only thing I can liken it to is witchcraft in a way. I mean, you like weave a spell over people. Like you're just conjuring something else that takes us all to a whole other level.
I'm
And
such a
so,
witch, so I love that you said that.
listen, wizard witch energy right here, or witch, I'll take witch too.
I'm
I love
such a
that.
light working witch that I love because I
Are
manifest
you?
things.
Yeah.
Oh, totally. Like I manifested this whole thing. Like it's crazy. If you really
Yeah.
know how I plot what I'm gonna do next and what feels right to me. Like I wrote
Mm,
down in February of last year that I am Sally Bowles on Broadway, and then I became Sally Bowles on Broadway. So you just write it down, you do the work, but there's something to putting it in the universe and to saying it out loud and to say you
mm.
are something, not that you want to be or that you're gonna be, but that you already
Yeah.
are until you reach that timeline or to the point in the timeline where you are.
I love that. I think a lot of us actors struggle with that at first, calling yourself an actor, especially at the family
Yeah.
party. It's like, oh, what do you do? And a lot of people are scared to say actor at first. And so I think that's a beautiful lesson to learn
No, you
early on.
say, I am. Or I remember people used to say, don't say anything because it jinxes it. Remember they used to say,
Oh, yeah.
don't talk about getting the part or wanting the part because then it jinxes it. And then I was like, actually, that sounds very counterintuitive. Why don't you just say you got it or you feel it? And maybe it's not that. Maybe it's going to come in a different way. Maybe it's,
Mm,
but I think willing it into existence is better than like pretending it's not happening. You know what I mean?
yeah. Speaking of willing it into existence, I'm seeing the green nails. We're talking about witches. I mean, would
Yeah.
Elphaba ever be on your radar
I
on
don't
Broadway?
know if I would do it now because it's like
Yeah.
uh, if someone is Elphaba and on Broadway, like people don't really know. Like I mean, it's become bigger than the actor. Do you know what I mean? Like
Mm,
the role is in itself is the star, so it doesn't really need a
yeah.
star in a star. You know what I mean?
Mm,
So putting a
yeah.
hat on a hat. I mean, those women who
Yeah.
played it are stars, but like I feel like it's bigger than me. Do you know what I mean? Like it's big.
Mm.
And I would like that might be fun. Maybe if they do like the prequels and I play like Alphabet Sister.
Oh, okay. Let's manifest that. Here we go. I love that so much.
One of the long lost sisters, or
The
like
long lost sisters.
Alphabet in the future, and I play the little, the little girl. I don't know.
Or like a Ryan Murphy
Yeah,
weird
Ryan
Netflix show about
Murphy.
an obscure character.
I'm the auntie from I don't know from the other north of the east, northeast. I don't know.
Well, they say no good deed goes unpunished, but I
Right.
think kindness goes a long way, especially in this world. And that's what we're here to talk about today. And I feel like a lot of the kindness you must receive, especially at the stage door, is
Mhm.
verbal, is compliments.
Yeah.
And you seem like someone who's pretty good at taking them. How would you say you are at receiving compliments?
I'm very good at receiving compliments because I know when I go to tell somebody something good, that's a big deal. Like to take time out of
Mm,
your day to be like, hey, you really inspire me. You really make me feel seen. So to that I say thank you. You know what I mean? Like I think
yeah.
I live in London and Brits hate compliments. They like truly
Yeah.
hate them. Like they don't like you to say you did a great job. They're like, "Oh, no." It was like, "Oh, I love your coat. It was $5 now." You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, they brush it off.
They hate it. So, I had to teach my friends in London how to take compliment. I was like, "Just say thank you. That's okay.
Mm,
Just say thank
yeah.
you, thank you." And also, we love taking critiques. We'll take that hard. Like, if someone says, "You're crap," you're like, you take that to the heart. You take that all the
I
way in,
know.
consume it, drink it, think about it for 5 weeks. So,
Yeah,
why can't you do that same thing with something nice that people say? Take that
that's what
compliment,
I'm
drink
saying.
it in, think about it for many days about how
Yeah.
someone made you feel good, not just how people make you feel bad.
I love it, especially in the Instagram comments. It's like you'll get one
Yeah.
comment that's weird and then maybe 90 that are positive, and what do you think about the weird one?
The weird when you take
It's
that
like,
right
why?
in, that comes with you wherever you're going after the rest of the day, like, it just follows you. So I was like, "No," I had to reframe my brain as well. Why am I focused
Mm,
on the people who don't like what I'm doing? They
yeah,
were never gonna be your fans. They were never gonna be your friends. They're never gonna buy your album. They're never gonna get a ticket. They're never
yeah.
so why do we care about them? Like,
Mm,
why don't we
don't give them your
focus
energy.
why don't we focus on the hundreds of people who love me and love my work and love and, like, really pour into them and really give them the response to their
Mm,
compliment? Because we love clapping back at a troll, but why
I
don't we
know.
talk to the people who just said, "You're incredible. Thank you so much for that." You know what I mean? Like, "I'm glad
Yeah.
you're in my world. Thank you for being a part of it." They're just different
Mm.
mindset.
Yeah, I love that mindset. And I think it
Mhm,
goes hand in hand with kindness, which is
mhm.
the lens of which we're going to approach the conversation today.
Yeah.
And starting out, I would just love to know, what is your definition of kindness and how do you think it's evolved over the years? From
Um,
growing up in North Carolina, I think, and until now.
well, in the South, we are taught Southern hospitality from birth, like treating
Mm,
other people like how you wanna be treated. People will give you the shirt off their back. Like, for me to just give somebody something, even when I don't have it to give, was always instilled in me because we were taught
yeah.
that it will always come back tenfold. So maybe
Mm,
you didn't have all of that to give, but you gave what you could, and then when it's your turn, someone's gonna give back to you. So I kinda grew up with that, and sometimes I would get mad at my mom. I was like, "I'm too nice." I was like, "Why I gotta always turn the other cheek? Why I always gotta, like, take the
yeah.
high road?" She was like, "Well, that's how I raised you to be." And
Mm,
kindness, she's always say, "You can catch more flies with honey." She always said that all the time.
yes. Yep.
And
That's an acting thing too. A lot of acting
yes,
teachers say that. Like, make the
catch more
positive choice. Yeah.
Yeah, you can always catch more flies with honey. So she was like, you may see people being mean and get what they want, but actually being kind will take you further. It'll last
Mm,
longer. Your network will grow wider. Maybe the ruthless person gets sick quicker, but it doesn't
mm.
last as long. So I have taken that into my career because some people think, oh, I can sing, I'm good, I'm talented. That's 10%. 90%
Mhm.
of it is, do I like to be with you in a room for 12 hours?
Mm.
Are you kind? Can you take a note? Can you help somebody when they're struggling? Can you still be kind under pressure? That's another thing.
Yeah.
Because under pressure is where you really see a person's true personality. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And also I try not to judge people when they're under pressure, but, like, knowing how to regulate your emotions and how to still treat people kindly in a stressful situation, I think it's a true test of your character. I think that's the
Yeah.
true test of kindness is, like,
Mm.
when the pressure's on, can you still hold yourself and still not to be a pushover or anything like that, but to still
Mm.
be diplomatic and find, kindness even in the tough times, which I think is
Yeah.
something that I learned in this business because there are so many times where you just want to be like, "Ah," and you're like,
Yeah.
wait, I just want to wait, let me step back and look at the big picture of it because everything feels so
Mm.
important. I'm always like, guys, this is a play.
Yeah.
It's
We're
cool.
playing.
It's a
We're playing.
play. It's a
I love that.
musical, you guys. Like, when people we're going off on the internet about our show and about people on the show,
Yeah.
I was like, "Guys, this is a musical." And also, we're real people. Like,
Yeah.
of any of the art forms, theater people, we're like the blue collar of
Mhm.
entertainment. Do you know what I mean? Of
Yeah.
entertainment, we're like the everyday working man. We don't get all the perks of like catering and people.
Mm.
Some people get cars, but most people just taking a train home. Like it's we are real people trying to make this art for you guys. So kindness really does go a long way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, and I think the trolls on the internet, the people doing sort of the nasty things on the internet, weaving the bad spells,
Yeah.
that's such a small percentage of the audiences that are actually coming to see the show too. So it's like
Yeah.
giving, like you said before, the energy to the people that are there to experience something, which we'll get into Cabaret, but that was
Yeah.
certainly more of an experience than just a show. And I
Mhm.
wonder, before Cabaret, from the early days trying to make it and in researching you and learning more about you, I have an idea of what this might be, but I want to hear what you say. Is there an act of kindness you experienced early on that you feel like changed your trajectory?
Oh my God, this is so big because my first act of kindness and changing my trajectory was my high school teacher, Miss Grantham.
Hmm.
She was my high school music teacher. She took me under her wing. Like she was like, "You're not like the other kids. You need to do this professionally." Like I didn't even know what that meant. Like what did that mean? Like this is what the 90s, like late 90s,
Yeah.
99, like you know what I mean? Early
Mm.
2000s. The people that were famous were like Britney Spears, Jessica Simpson.
Yeah.
I didn't grow up in New York, so I didn't really know about I only knew about Broadway stars through, like, listening to the Dreamgirls soundtrack, and, like,
Mm.
I didn't go to Broadway shows, like, I didn't really I grew up in church, so I knew more about gospel music than I knew about anything. So she was like, "Wait, you can have a career in music that's not being a pop star, like, you could be on Broadway," and I was like, "What
Yeah.
is that?" You know? So she opened this up to me, and, was like, "You need to go to school, you need to get a degree." She took me to my audition, she prepared me for my music school audition, she helped me
Wow.
fill out the applications for school, the financial aid, everything.
Mm.
This was like an hour away as well from where we live, so she was driving me back and forth every weekend on her own dime. She had her own
Wow.
kids, like
Mm.
but she just believed in me so much. Even at that age, it's so crazy that she saw this for me. And now I'm 40, which is crazy. So that was like 17 at the time. And she just believed
Wow.
in me and she pushed me because she could have
Mm.
just like let me figure it out. But no, she was like, I'm going to take you. And she took me to my
Yeah.
first Broadway show to see Aida. And
Mm.
I saw Heather Headley in the show and
Wow.
I was
Yeah.
just like, "What is
She's
this?" Like
insane. Talk about witchcraft. Yeah. She
and
is
my
amazing.
teacher goes, "That's you. That's what you're gonna
Mm.
be. That's you." And I'm, like, watching her being, like, lifted up and exalted. I was like, "That's a job? People get paid to do that?"
Yeah.
And, that changed my world. It rocked my world. And then when I went to audition for the music program, I didn't get in.
Mm.
And they were like, "Something's wrong with your voice." And I thought, "Oh, maybe because I had over rehearsed and my voice was a bit raspy." And I was like, "Oh, maybe because I was practicing so much." And they were like, "You're not getting in." And as I was leaving, this was another act of kindness. One of the
Mm.
professors followed me out of the space and said, "Don't leave. You have something special about you. I just got to figure out what's
Mm.
going on with your voice." And so he gave me a free voice lesson and then recommended me to go to the speech pathologist, and then I found out I had a cyst on my vocal cords.
No way.
Yeah, and they said, "You might never sing again."
Oh my gosh, that's so freaky. It's like
So,
Julie Andrews
it
went through
was the
that. A lot of
same
people have gone
time
through
as
that.
Julie Andrews had just done it. It's the same time, so I was like, "What?" And that was the
Yeah.
first time I had ever really seen that in the news as well, so I was so
Mm.
scared. And I was like, "What?" They were like, "Well, we can do a surgery, and then we can see what will happen." So I got the surgery and my teacher was with me. Like my teacher took me every week to get my scopes and things.
Wow.
And the surgery went well. And actually, when the doctor went in to take the cyst out, it was gone. Like my whole church had prayed for me that I would get my voice back. It was
Wow.
crazy. And he had scoped
That's
me before the
amazing.
surgery. And then he went in to get it and he was like, it looked like somebody had already taken it out. and then he like
Oh my
removed the scar
gosh.
tissue. I had to be silent for 3 months.
Wow, that must have been hard.
So
That would,
hard. I had to quit
yeah.
my job. I had like I'm
Oh
17.
my
Like this is like
goodness.
the summer before I go to college. And
Yeah.
because I didn't get into the music program, they were like, "Well, what about musical theater?"
Mm.
And so I could wait a year, heal, and then I auditioned for the program. Out of 350 kids, I got picked, and it was 15 people
Wow.
that picked
That was just meant to pop up and kind of like redirect you, like a little
because I
roadblock.
was gonna be a music teacher.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this is amazing. A lot of people mention their teachers if I ask this question, and I think teachers are so important, obviously. But it makes
Mhm.
me wonder, Marisha, as you gain acclaim and power, is that important to you now? Doing what she did for you in young talent you see, like, do you kind of try and pay
Oh,
that forward?
oh my God, like I've done it so much. Like when during the
Yeah.
pandemic, I used to run these IG lives where I would randomly
Mm.
bring people on to sing. So like it was called Sing with Marisha. And like if you were in the comments, I would click your name. I wouldn't even know who was or how good they were or whatever. And they would come
Mhm.
on and they would sing for me. And I would give them like tips, and so many of them went on to like join choirs and sing in their pubs and
Mm.
go to school. Like a lot of them went to school for musical theater. Like they auditioned. Just those moments of somebody seeing you. And I platformed those people who probably only had like 100 followers, but I had
Yeah.
more, so I could platform them. Some people got
Mm.
jobs from it. Like it was
Wow.
crazy. Yeah. Like
That's
I
amazing.
invited casting on to some of the lives to speak to the people that were watching. It got up to like 5,000 people.
Mm.
It was crazy.
That's beautiful.
Around the
Yeah.
world, which was really cool.
Wow.
Like there was a guy like in a hut who was singing.
Oh my
It was
gosh.
crazy. I was like, "God,"
Wow.
and that's kind of like what I love about paying it forward, because I feel like our industry so gatekeeps. Like,
Yeah.
there's so many kids who don't even know that this is a job. They don't even know,
Mm.
but not even just on stage management, like company management, crew. Like, there's so many kids, especially kids of color and like kids who don't have a lot of money, who don't know that this is a viable job that they could have. So I'm trying
Mm.
to expand that.
I love that. Thank you for doing that. And I
Yeah.
think the same is true even with just going to see shows now. The ticket
Mhm.
prices are wild. And anyone that takes the time to give back like you're doing is doing important work. So keep doing that.
Yeah, I
And
will.
I did think, when I was researching you, one of the other acts of kindness, I mean, I could just say the name, Casey Nicola. I feel like
Whoa, that's a big one.
it seemed like he really kind of like redirected you and took you under his wing. Shit, like let's talk about him for a minute.
Well, you know what's so interesting? I just had a spread in the New York Times
Oh,
about me,
congratulations. That's
and it
major.
was a really
I saw that.
amazing. And I read it, and Casey had put a quote about me. They called him, and he did a
Mm,
quote, and it really made me cry. Like it made me really weep because I was just like, wow, because he's not the type of person. He never really gives compliments, like, he loves
mm,
you, but he's never kind of the person like, if he gives you a compliment, he really means it. Like, if he says
mm.
he loves something, that means he really, truly loved you in it.
Okay.
So, that's
He's coming
how I
on this show, so I'll keep that in mind if he
no,
says
he's
anything.
very, very like that. So, if he says any like, he really, really he does not throw away
Wow.
compliments. So,
Mm,
to see what he said about me, about how much tenacity I had and how much I really
mm,
wanted. But he saw it in me before I saw it in myself. Like I went to an open call for Book of Mormon, and then I went to the call back, and he was there, and I was just doing the dance call, and I was giving it my all. And he was like,
mm,
"You," he's like, "You have something special." And we just became friends, and we did 4 or 5 shows together. And then he took me to London. Like because Amber
mm.
Riley got sick with pneumonia, and he was like,
Yeah.
"We need Marisha here now. Get her here now." And 5 days I was leading the show in the West End. If it
Yeah.
wasn't for Casey, like we did Book of Mormon tour, Aladdin, Broadway cast,
Mm.
original Broadway cast, Something Rotten, original Broadway cast. I did the readings for the prom,
Wow.
and then Dreamgirls. So
Yeah.
it
At
was
which you too, your power manifested that because I loved hearing that you were like, I'm going to play this role. I'm going from Broadway to regional theater. I need to play this role and I'm going to
yes.
show the world I can do this.
So
And
Casey
that's
tried
such a
to give
cool
me the
lesson.
job from jump. I
Mm,
auditioned. They were like, "Great, great, great, cool, cool, cool." And then when budgets got done, they were like, it would be less expensive to have 2 people from London do it." And
mm,
I was so hurt because, like, everything Case had ever promised me, he gave it to me. So and I never felt like I could trust anybody to do that for me in my life.
mm,
And he was like, I want to take you everywhere I go. He said that to me when we first started. He's like, I want to take you. I want you in everything I'm in, everything I do.
mm.
And I was like, he lying. Whatever. But
Yeah.
he actually um did. And it was amazing. So when this didn't work out in the first instance, I was like, Casey, no.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
I
that's hard.
understand it was bigger than him, and I was like, "You know what?" And I was like, "You know what? Let me go do this for myself. Let me
Mm,
go do this role for myself, also get these amazing reviews." And it was the same casting as the London one,
mm.
Tara Rubin and
I
Eric
love
Woodall.
Tara.
Eric
Tara's the
Woodall,
best.
who is Billy Porter's best friend, and Billy Porter used to live with Eric Woodall, so that's all
Full
kinda
circle.
full
Okay.
circle. Um, and then he was the reason why I went to London as well. So they advocated for me. They
Mm.
were like, Marisha, come. And then when it all fell apart, Casey was like, I told you we needed Marisha from the beginning.
Oh, yeah. He
so,
has your back.
so
Yeah.
then I came, and then they were like, I was only supposed to be there 3 weeks.
Wow.
And they were like, we can't do this show without you. Can you stay?
Mm.
And then I became Amber's alternate. And then I was on a lot because the role is really hard. Like, I think
Yeah.
people can be cruel and be like, "Oh, you can't do 8 shows." You do 8 shows of that. It's a lot. Like, these roles
I mean,
are
even just the one song, and I'm
just
telling
the
you, I'm not
one
going.
song will wear you out, but you
Mm,
forget that you've sang for an hour before that song, and you about to sing for another hour after that song. So,
mm,
it's no joke, and I feel like they'll give, a 7-show week, 6-show week to certain people, but when it
mm,
comes to Black women, they're like, "Oh, you can do it, you're fine." No,
mm,
we need the same courtesy and the same protection that you would give other people. So I was glad that I could be there
mm.
to help.
Yeah.
And then I took over the role after that. So that was
Yeah.
cool. And then
And
it
killed
started my
it.
life in London. Wild.
Yeah. I love that. And I mean, I think you're so right in the sense too that the theater industry can be very unforgiving on people that, want to have a family as well and want
Yeah.
to the joke is there's so many people that are talented and have a great perspective to offer that want to be in this industry that I feel like there's maybe a world where we can make it so other people can share things and it doesn't have to be so intense like you're saying and kind of driving you
Right.
into the ground, you know what I mean?
Let
So,
people have their time. Like, I don't know
yeah.
how the women are doing it with babies and all that.
Mm,
I don't have a kid, and I don't know how I could have one because
yeah.
I'm literally hanging on by a thread myself, but I think it's 'cause
Mm,
the roles that I play are very intense, but,
yeah.
like, I couldn't imagine if I had to get up at 6:30 in the morning. Like, my friend last night who's in Just in Time,
Mm,
she had to get up the next morning to take her kid to school at 6 o'clock.
mm,
We didn't leave each other till 12.
yeah. It's wild the energy it takes, you know? And I think there's a lot of self-kindness that comes into play there that which I wanna break
Yeah.
down with you a little bit. But while we're just on Dreamgirls for a second, you've spoken about how you've been knocked down so many times in this business, and that's kinda what allowed you to really connect with that song, aside from it being
Mhm.
such an iconic song. This might be a big question, but how do you find that strength in your own life to say,
Mm.
"This is who I am, this is what I love to do, I'm not going," because I'm guessing it just didn't happen overnight.
Well, that song became like the theme song of my life because
Mhm.
so many people have said, you're good for here, or you're only good to play big black sassy lady roles, or
Hmm.
you're only good for the West End, and you're not good enough to lead on Broadway, and you're this, you're not this, you're not. There's so much noise that I was like, just because one person said this about you, there's been billion people on this planet. Like,
Yeah.
how is that? How does that make it true? Because one person said that.
And do you find too that a lot of these people later in life don't even remember saying these things sometimes? Like you find out later
Yes,
and they're like, "I never said that." You're like, "That haunted me for
for
decades."
years,
For years. Yes.
and they don't even remember it. because
Yeah.
they're so wrapped up in their own stuff. Like, that's why I always say people are so worried about what people think of them. I said, they're so busy worried about what people think of them.
Yes. There's research that shows if you have a bad hair day, actually like 80%, I mean, this isn't right. I shouldn't quote this, but it's something like 80% of the people are actually too worried about their own hair to even notice your hair.
Thank you. When I figured that part out, that was like the keys to the universe.
Yeah. So I think
That was
I
the
think you're right.
keys. Because everyone is so worried about what other people think. I
Mm.
don't care. Like, I literally, like,
Much?
I don't
Sorry, I
care
had to.
much. I don't. But I can't care because that's gonna stop me from doing the things that I want to do because they think I'm not good enough, but they aren't even good enough themselves to themselves.
Mm,
Like, how
mm.
can you say I'm not good at it? You're not even good enough for what you're doing to
Yeah.
yourself. So how
Yeah.
are you gonna tell me what I'm doing? But who also made you the judge and the critic and the God? Like,
Yeah. And it's more important what we think of ourselves anyway. Because
what you think of yourself will always rise. You will always be successful.
mm,
It's if you bel That's why there's so many people who people think don't have a lot of talent, and they may not even be that talented, who are winning
mhm.
because they believe in themselves.
Yes.
And there's people who are supremely talented who ain't doing nothing because
You're
they
right.
don't
It's the
even
difference.
believe that they are good enough.
Mm,
And they are listening to those 1 or 2 people who say you can't, and one of those 1 or 2 people is probably themselves.
mm.
It's like,
Yeah.
I'm not I don't have time for it. Like, life is too short. Like, I don't have
Yeah.
time to not believe in myself. Truly don't have enough time on the planet to waste any more hours and breath when I could just be successful. I could
I
just
love that. I saw a quote the other day that said, "You can overthink the good things too."
Yeah, you can. You can really do it. And it's like, not that I don't care about what people think, because I care about what my fans want. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mhm.
want to give
Mhm.
the people who love me what they want, but I'm just not playing into, maybe this is where the 40 comes in. Like, I'm not, if I'm not for you, I'm just not for you. Like, that's okay.
Mm.
Everything's not for I don't like everything.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
like
exactly.
everybody. I don't like every food. I don't like every moment. Like, I like, there's
Yeah.
some music I like, there's some music I don't like.
No, you're so right. It's like in this life too, we're wrong about so many things a day that why would we trust and believe that the negative things we think about ourselves are correct? So it's like put faith in yourself. No one
Yeah.
else owes you that and kind of move
No.
forward. And like you're saying, the external forces is tricky. It's a balance. Like you want to make people happy, but you also don't want to take in the negative. And with
No.
Dreamgirls and of course Cabaret and a lot of your other projects, you've been all over the world. I wonder specifically, what have you observed about kindness and the difference even audiences show it in a city like London versus New York? Have you seen
Wow.
differences there?
That's been interesting.
Yeah, right?
In the UK, I feel like they are a little bit more chill. Like, if they don't like something, they don't, like, really go all guns blazing and making videos and going wild and telling everybody how much they don't like it. They're just like, "Oh, I don't like it. I'm
Mm.
out." But Americans, when they're very passionate, if they don't like something, you're gonna know, and it's like, sometimes that's louder than the positive voices. Because most time if
Mm.
you like something, you don't even say anything. You're like, "Ooh, I like that," maybe to a friend, do you know what I mean? If you hate
Yeah.
something, you're like, "Rah," "I hate that," you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, the kindness, I've been shown kindness on both sides, though, so that's what I really always have to focus on. Of course, there's gonna be a few negative voices, but, like, the kindness I've experienced in the UK was something like I never experienced before, where they just really, maybe because there's not as much choice. Like, in America,
Mm.
there's so much choice. There's so many people, like, you can like somebody and then you're like, "Oh, I'm on to the next," or you can like somebody and there's 10 more people coming. But
Yeah.
in the UK, maybe because it's smaller, when they find somebody they
Yeah.
like, they're like, "Boom, we're
Mm.
forever your fan. We're gonna follow you everywhere. You're ours."
I love
You know
that.
what I
I love
mean?
that for
Like,
you. Yeah.
"You're mine." But and then coming back to the US, I didn't know I had done a lot of that similar work here. So when I've gone to
Mm.
the stage door, people are like, "I've been following you for years. I've been wanting to hear you sing live. I've been with you this whole time." And so that was really incredible to see the kindness on both sides. And the
Yeah.
fact that my kindness had reached across the pond to people I didn't even know were there. Like
Mm.
people that I didn't know were touched by my music and were touched by my performances. They were there too. And so sometimes you build up this thing in your mind like, oh, maybe the US didn't want me, but they do. They always have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that was really cool.
Seamlessly.
Really
Yeah.
cool to see that it translated to both sides.
Yeah, and a lot of us didn't even know how iconic you were in our lives. I didn't even know I'd been following you this long. I'm like, oh wait, I
Yeah,
did see her in Aladdin. I saw her in Something Rotten, and I have a friend and a listener, not Marisha, but Marissa
right.
Russo, who is
Oh,
one of
yeah.
those people that's been following you, and she said you're always so lovely to her, and so she submitted a little
Oh,
question here for you.
yay.
Yes, we love Marissa. She's wondering if you have had any interactions at the stage door specifically or with fans early in your career on Broadway that shaped how you interact with fans now, today, as a full
Mhm.
fledged star, she wrote.
I always like to treat people the same, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
when people meet me, they're like, it's weird to me when people are a bit starstruck because I'm like, I'm just such a
Hmm.
normal person.
Yeah. You're
Like
like, I'm
I
just a person.
literally, I don't, I can go have coffee with anybody. Like I don't, I try not to smell. I what we say, we smell yourself. You know what I mean? Like I'm just like, I know that I'm an ordinary person having an extraordinary experience and
Hmm.
have an extraordinary gift. Like I do, but the person, have always felt like the same little girl from North Carolina. That's always kind of how I've been. But so when I meet people at stage door, I know some of them, this is their first time seeing a show. Some of them, this is their first time meeting me because they've seen me online. And I just want to make them feel really comfortable. And so when I've
Hmm.
met people at stage door, and a lot of them are hopefuls of musical theater, and I always say, I'll see you on stage because you just never
Hmm.
know
Yeah.
where if those people are gonna come on stage. So like this girl named Zenoa, who she was probably about 12 when she came and saw Dreamgirls in London.
Hmm.
And she came to the stage door with her mom. And she was like, I loved you. Thank you for representing. This was the best show of my life. And she was like, I hope to work with you one day. And
Hmm.
then we were in Cabaret together. She was the ensemble.
Wow. Oh my
hmm
God.
And
How
she
did you
was
put
like,
that together? She
and
just
she
come up to
said,
you and
well, she said, you said to me, I'll see you on stage. And then I saw her on stage.
that's so beautiful. That's like Jessica Chastain kind of had that moment at the SAG Awards
Yes.
a couple of years back. I think that's so special and such a great way to just make it a community.
And her mom was like, you told her that you were going to do it and that I would see her, y'all be on stage together. And then it happened.
Look at the power of championing people's dreams and just creating
Yeah.
that community. One thing I really admire about you, and I feel similarly and I relate to you on, is kind of bringing the kind, fun energy into every rehearsal room and just trying to
Yeah.
bring that. But at the same time, it does take a lot of energy. So I wonder, Marisha, when you're in the throes of a Broadway run, especially when you're kind of leading the show,
Mhm.
how are you kind to yourself? Like, is that tricky for you?
That's hard for me because I pour so much into other people because that's
Hmm.
just how I am. But I've been trying to be kind to myself. I love self-care, taking care of my nails, going to get my hair done, making sure I work out. So working out, I went on a fitness journey in 2021 and
Hmm.
that 90 minutes a day is so vital to my well-being that I have to prioritize it because that's the
Yeah.
90 minutes that I just take for myself,
Hmm.
time-wise, spiritually wise, and I take myself out for coffee and breakfast dates with
Hmm.
myself just to check in with myself because I always say nobody's going to take care of you better than you can. So
Hmm.
you got to really take your time. I give out so much social energy, I have to recharge my battery, so I have to make sure
Yeah.
sometimes I just have to be alone, and that's
Yeah.
okay, and be quiet, and just, like, get myself back. It's really hard. It was really hard doing Sally and still being kind of like the
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
positivity captain of the show because it just took so much
Mm.
out of me. So I would like San
I felt like
Bagels.
you were gonna burst open with what you were giving. Like, I was
Yeah.
like, "She's gonna rip her body in half." So, like and that
Oh,
was just one show. So, I mean, I can't
yeah.
imagine giving all that and then trying to be gracious and kind backstage and,
Yeah. And
I'm sure
and I
you
would
did the
have
best you
office
could.
hours. I would leave my door open and let people come in
Oh,
and
cool.
chat to people. But then there were some days it was like, I need to close my door. I got to take care of myself. I got to. But that's
Your
kind of how
camera
I,
zoomed in on you when you said that, which is kinda
yes,
perfect.
it did. I
I gotta take care
uh,
of myself.
got to take care of myself. Yeah.
Well, you said that now that we're at Cabaret, I gotta obviously break down Cabaret or the people, including Marissa, will come for me.
Yeah.
You've said that you felt like this production was doing art and activism at the same time,
Hmm.
which definitely walked away with that feeling as an audience member. And it's kind of what this very podcast is about, using your art to make a difference in the world.
Hmm.
Is that initially what drew you to being in this cabaret?
Absolutely. Because just on the surface of it, we had never really heard the stories of Black people in Nazi Germany.
Mm,
Like, they are there, but they're not taught in schools. There's always 6 million Jews died, and one line that says, and Blacks and queers and disabled and Romanis and
mm,
all that. And that was just one sentence. But like, we didn't know names, we didn't know people, so I just felt like it was a chance for us to shine a light on this part of history that all the oppressed groups were in that concentration camp. And if we knew that, how would we try to prevent that from happening again? If we
mm,
knew it was all of our history, if we knew that we're all connected to it, wouldn't we have a different kind of empathy? Wouldn't we have a different kind of understanding of what's happening to us now? So I was
mm,
like, well, if we can shine this light on the story, because I never felt like Cabaret was for me, was for
mm,
us, or was for anybody that looked like me. And so many Black people I spoke to was like, "I never even seen Cabaret. I didn't even think about Cabaret. One of the greatest
mm.
musicals of all time." What?
Yeah.
Why are we not why is this not a part of our, like, our Dreamgirls and our earlier other things, you know what I mean?
Mm,
And it's because we've never been represented in it, which I think changes a lot of things. So I I saw, and also I was trying to seek out another role that I could give the Marisha Wallace treatment to, which I did for Adelaide and Ado
mm,
Annie, and I was like, what is another role that's usually predominantly played by white women that I could give a different perspective to? And that's like,
yeah.
it's not like I'm trying to take away from any of the other artists that have done this. I was like,
Mm,
I'm adding to this conversation. I'm adding a different perspective. I'm adding a different filter to the same picture we've already seen. But then if we put a different filter on it, maybe it would look different. Maybe it will feel
mm,
different. And so that's what it started out as. And it also started out as me trying to get more leading roles for women of color. Like, I could count on one hand how many roles were available to me. One
mm.
hand.
Wow.
And I played half of them. So I was like,
Yeah.
what do we do now? Like,
And you have like, you're in a position of power in the industry too, so imagine the people that aren't.
thank you.
Yeah.
And if you don't have access to the roles, you don't have access to wealth, you don't have access to awards, you don't have access to moving up in the industry, you don't have access to movies because people can't see you in the show, then to scout you for a movie. You don't have
Mm,
access to I I saw my women of color friends who were struggling to make ends meet, to pay rent. And then my white friends had like multiple homes. I was like,
mm,
and they would have been in the industry the same amount of time. They had been doing the same show. Like, it's just we don't have
yeah.
access to the roles. And it's not the white women's fault. Like, it's just that's the industry. You know what I mean?
Mm,
We
yeah.
just don't have the access to the roles. And it's not their fault. It's not our fault. It's just how it's already always been done. So how do we change that? How do we change what's always been done and add more people to this conversation of theater?
Mm,
When I realized that theater wasn't made for me, that changed everything. because
Hmm.
this industry was not built with me being a leading lady in mind.
Hmm. And then
It
by doing like what you're describing, it changes that and then it funnels up. You know, you talked about then awards and movies and TV shows. It all
Yes.
goes back to maybe then the little girl or whoever it is seeing someone like you on TV and then thinking they can do it and then it continues. So
Yes, and
it's important.
it's
Yeah.
so important, and then what's also important is that to play these roles, we have to be as like checked off and approved by the estates of these
Mm.
musicals. So it's not. I think some people think that like Joe Blow picked us out of the woods. Like no, not only does the director have to want you, not only do the producers have to want you, the estate of the people who wrote this play have to say, yes, I'm going to allow you to interpret this work. So for them to say yes to having
Mm.
a black Sally Bowles, to having a black MC, sends a message to everyone. It sends a
Yeah.
message to every other show, to every other estate, to every other like the Sweet Charities and the Guys and Dolls and
Mm.
the oh, that it's okay for us to take these classics and reimagine them with people who are not white,
Mm.
and it still works and it
Yeah.
still can run. Like the message that sent to everyone, that's why there's so much noise because people were like, wait, we're changing who's allowed to be in these classic musicals.
Mm.
We're changing, oh, it's supposed to be like this. This role's supposed to be like that. But by whose standard? Who are you to tell anybody what something is supposed to be and what it's
Mm.
supposed to be? Every artist who played these roles have been different.
Mhm.
Every artist who, what are we doing? A version of a version of a version? Or are we doing our version of the original material?
Yeah. And that's why, I mean, again, I could go on about your performance, but of course, alongside Billy Porter, who, I mean, Billy Porter was shining through that role. It was Billy Porter. I mean, he
Yeah.
really made it their own. You two are at the center of this iteration, and you have said treating people kindly. I cannot stress that enough in interviews, discussing kindness as almost a career philosophy. And we kind of
Mm-hmm.
touched on that.
Yeah.
Can you pinpoint tangible ways that you two, as the leaders of this company, which ended up sort of being the final company on
Mm-hmm.
Broadway, led? Like, were there tangible things that you thought about and did for folks?
Wow. Well, there was so much, that happened in the Broadway run with
Yeah.
Billy getting sick and him having to leave. And then I had to lead. So then the show was all on my back with
Mm,
the understudies, David and Marty. So now it's a whole different thing. So like I came into
yeah.
to this last leg with me and Billy kind of both sharing the responsibility of leading the show. And then it ends with me carrying it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And not just carrying it on stage, but carrying it off stage. And I felt like that was even heavier because we're closing. When people are closing a show, there's so many emotions,
Hmm.
sadness, grief. Some people are happy, some people are tired, people are exhausted, people don't know where the next job is coming from. So I had to bring some kind of joy to the building and also not even just joy but stability. Like I
Mm,
had to be solid. I didn't miss one show because I felt like I needed to be the one thing that people could count on in that building.
mm.
And
That's a
not
lot of pressure.
and not even that, because people are like, you don't have to do that. Da, 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 da." But I know that's kind of been my plight in life. Like I was born for this. Like I was born for that role. I was born to be the leader when it's time to step up. Like
Mm,
I was made for this. That's why I've done 9 years in London. I've carried many shows. Like I carried Dreamgirls when it was that time. But when it happened again, I was like, Lord, why am I always on the strongest warriors list? You know what I mean? But I do know I have that wherewithal in me to carry. If I can carry it, I will. Do you know what I mean? If I can't, I
mm,
do know when to come off the dance floor. But I just try to make sure everybody felt seen. Like our last couple of nights, I brought everybody fried chicken and
mm.
champagne. and we just ate and fellowship. And I just gotta remind people, like, it's just a play. Like,
Mm,
we just out here trying to entertain people. I know it can feel like the most important thing in the entire world, and it is important. But at
yeah.
the end of the day, our well-being and us who we are as a person is bigger than the roles we play.
Yeah. Well said.
So
Well said.
that is the biggest role you ever play is yourself. So
Mm.
you have to.
Tattoo that on my body. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
really good.
biggest role you'll ever play, and that's when you really have to shepherd and keep a good watch over that role
Yeah.
you're playing in life. So I don't know, in those final weeks, that was the toughest part, was like, "Oh, you
Mm.
gotta really lead this thing," but I think it was such a great lesson because the next time it happens, I will be ready, you know what I mean? Like,
There you
I'm
go.
ready, I've
Yeah.
done it. I've put a whole show on my back, like, that's
Yeah.
fine.
And that's how you conquer fear, is you do
Yeah.
something, you get the knowledge, and then you get better at it and better and
'Cause I was even like, "Ooh, I'm above the title." Like, I don't have no
mm.
Tony. I don't have nothing. I just have my Olivier nominations. But, like, there's people who've been leading Tony Broadway shows for years who've never had their name above the title. That meant
Mm.
something to me. I was like, "Oh, that means I gotta really step my pussy up. Like, I gotta
Yeah.
really be good."
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It's a big deal. So I was like, "You know what? Imma show them that I can lead, that I can
Mm.
be above the title, that I can, you know, lead this company to greatness." And we did.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you really did. And right now, I'd love for you to lead us all to greatness with a little flash round game. It's
Yes.
called Life is a Cabaret of Kindness. It's a little
Okay.
flash round, and I'm going to give you a sentence, and you just quickly fill in the blank with whatever pops into your head.
Okay.
Okay? It's going to be fun, I promise.
All right.
The best way to spread kindness in a rehearsal room is.
Is to say hello to people. That's like the first step. When you walk into a room, "Hi, how are you? You okay? You having a good day?" A hug. That goes a long way. Just
It does. And it gets
acknowledge that
lost
people.
too often. You're like,
It's
just
such
say
a
hello.
simple thing, and a smile. "Hi, you okay?" And then
Yeah.
even if you don't have it in you, when you get that smile back from someone else, you all charge up. It charges everybody up. So I
And you
think
have
that's
such a good smile. You need to use
yes,
that smile for good. Well,
yes.
whatever you want to do with it, but you have a great smile. Okay, the kindest thing a fan has ever done for me is.
Ooh, the kindest thing a fan has ever done for me is donated to my Kickstarter so that
Mm,
I could get my album made. So, like, we
wow,
made my album together, my fans and I.
that's so
So, and I
cool.
know everybody don't have a lot of money, but they took, even if it was $1, even if it was $75,000, they invested in me. So I think the biggest thing a fan has ever done is invested in me and take their heart. Like, even when they come get a ticket, when they come see Cabaret, when they go to the
Mm,
concert, when people take their hard on money to them to work on to invest in what I'm doing, is
yeah,
that's a major thing. I really
that's a
do appreciate that.
fantastic answer.
Yeah.
What about a kind act during my run of Cabaret was from.
A kind actor in Cabaret was from, oh, this is hard. I think it's from Billy,
Hmm,
'cause
what a
he
legend,
'cause
obviously.
he said to me, "Marisha, I don't need to do any of this." He said, "I don't need to do Cabaret. I got my Tony, I got my Emmy, I got my Grammy, but I'm only doing this for you. That I
Hmm.
want them to come for me and find you."
Oh, that's beautiful.
And so that was his kindness, that he wanted me to have, I'll cry. He wanted me to be seen, and he wanted me to get the flowers that I deserved through his flowers, through his influence. He wanted the world to see me. So I think that was the biggest act of kindness that
Hmm.
I experienced.
That's beautiful. And I
Yeah.
think everybody listening, we can all do that on our own corners now with social media, whether we have 100 followers or
Yes.
100,000. try and champion someone's dream out there today because
Yeah.
there's enough noise of putting your own stuff out there. It's important to do that as well. And
Yes.
Billy's such an icon. I mean,
Icon.
I of course did. I will say I did come for you because I knew I
See?
was going to talk to you. But Billy was a great bonus, and I
He
do love me some
was.
Billy.
Yes.
The last one is my favorite way to show kindness to castmates is
My favorite
fried
way to show
chicken.
kindness is through food.
Yes, I
I
agree.
love bringing in food, cooking food for people. I did a big pizza party when I first started Cabaret. I just love fellowship. I like when people are eating and laughing and happy and there's music playing. So that's my biggest way.
Okay, I love that. Thank you for playing. I hope you're being kind to yourself now in this downtime. You and your beautiful cast, as we mentioned, closed Cabaret sooner than expected. I guess, how are you feeling overall? Because I imagine as an artist, it's really hard to come down from these highs. And
Oh
I
my
mean, I know it on my
God.
own level, but yeah, how are you coping?
It's taken me like a week. It's been like a week and some days. And I feel like today is the first day I feel like I'm back in my body. Because I was like, well, when you're doing a show, and I was trying not to call out, so I was in fight
Mm.
or flight mode. So I was being very protective over my body. I was trying to get enough sleep. I wasn't drinking. I was just like, do the show, go to bed, eat the right food, da 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 da. Da. So now that I've been out, I've been like, I'm free. So I've been running around, and it was bittersweet. But I played her for 9 months. Like I played
Mm.
Sally Bowles for 9 months. Like most people only have done it for like 6 months or three
Yeah.
months. So when I did get the notice, I was like, no, yes.
You're like, I'm going like Elsie.
I
Yeah.
mean, I wanted, I would love more people to get to see it here, which would have been amazing. But I also know that it did for me what I needed it to do. Like
Mm.
the people who needed to see me saw me at the time, and the people who want to come will come to the next one, which has been there's always next one. People see me in so many things. So
Yeah.
um this was definitely the beautiful stepping stone
Mm.
to what was coming next. I was like, I couldn't even be sad because I was like, literally everything I manifested, everything I asked God for came true. Like,
I
what
love
could
that.
I was like, I don't know what could have happened in this next 4 weeks that would have
And
been
different.
been different or better than what I had
Mm.
already experienced because I was so happy. Like Angela Bassett came to see us in the show, Lawrence Fishburne,
Okay, wait. Okay,
Regina
we can't glaze
King.
over Angela Bassett. I mean, do you get star? Does anybody make you
That
starstruck though?
she and Lawrence Fishburne came on the same night. I
And they are
used to
like
watch What's Love Got
iconic
to Do with
faces.
It every day. Like that, Waiting to Exhale, The Matrix, like
Oh my,
those
The
black
Matrix.
stars were like
Yeah,
they felt so untouchable. They felt so like I would never see them, like I would never meet them, like they would never be in my life in any way. Like they just felt so above me that
yeah.
when they came, I was like, "What?"
Did you leave your body? Like, how was that? Did you see them in the
The
audience when you
gag
were
was
there?
I was feeling a bit under the weather as well.
It's
So
always that way.
and
Yeah.
I was like, Angela Bassett's here on that night. But I was like, I gotta give her everything. I literally threw my voice across the stage that night. I was like, you're getting everything I have left. I had no voice after it because I was like,
Oh,
I gave them
you gotta
everything
pop some Grathers.
that I had.
Grathers. Do you love Grathers? One of our
Brothers,
sponsors. We
they're
love Grathers. Okay.
fantastic. Is that a
Yeah.
Brothers water bottle?
They did. They sent me a lot of swag. I can send you some if you want it.
Nice. Send me
Um,
some pastilles.
okay. I will. We got tons of them down here.
Fantastic. No, so
Yeah.
yeah, they came backstage afterwards and she was like, "You were just incredible." I was like, "I can't even look at you. Like I can't even because I my body cannot fathom that Angela Bassett has seen me in a show. One. Two is
Mhm.
telling me how good I am in a show. Three, I was like, "Did you see all the things that I stole from you in this play?"
I mean, one of the most talented, beautiful people around, and just I'm sure looking out and seeing her
Fantastic.
face or afterwards, oh my gosh, that is wild. I wonder, as you kind of wrap up the cabaret journey, what did Sally teach you overall? Is there like one thing you feel like she
Oh
really
my
taught you as a
god.
person?
Sally taught me so many things. She taught me how strong I was. She taught me that I was worthy of even more than I could think for myself.
Mm,
She taught me how to be fearless. that like, and that my artistry is valid and real, and people are coming to me for what I bring to the pieces that I'm doing. I'm not for hire, if that makes sense. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm a part of the we're collaborating. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Like I collaborated with the creative team on this show. I collaborated with Rebecca Frecknell. Like it
Mm,
wasn't like they were putting anything onto me. It was like, we love your artistry. Let us work together to mold and shape and to make this thing together. And I
The
hadn't,
witchcraft is coming back. That hand
yeah,
movement was so witch. It was giving.
yeah, that whole thing. Like, and
Yeah.
then also, I know how to work a crowd. Like, I know how to work a crowd as Marisha, but then to wield that same power through a character was
Mm,
like, I could make y'all laugh. I could make you cry. I could make you do what we're all, because we were so intrinsically linked
mm,
as 1,000 people together.
yeah.
It was really cool. And it was nice for Sally just made me feel seen. Like I just never thought I would even play this role. I never
Mm,
thought this would be a part of my life. Like this was gonna be a part of the lore of Marisha Wallace. It's crazy.
yeah. Yeah. Well, it
Who
is, and
goes
I'm
from
so
playing
glad.
Effie to Sally Bowles? That's crazy in
You.
itself. Like
Yeah.
who does that? So I think she taught me a lot, and I learned a lot from the people I work with as well. Calvin, who was my Cliff, he made me a better actor. Like we
Mm,
were doing scene work every night. Like we were
uh-huh.
in class every day,
Yeah.
every show. That's why I was so tired. I was like, I couldn't phone it in. I couldn't
No.
be like, you know what, I'm just gonna chill out this show. Anytime I would even be like, okay, I'm only gonna give 80% today. I just gonna conserve. I got 2 shows. I couldn't do it.
You can't. I get that. And you were literally in an arena. I mean, there's people looking at you from all
They're
angles.
right
So,
here. They're like, entertain me, please.
yeah, let me entertain you. It's wild. And there is something to you playing these characters that are struggling with their own art and their own goals,
Yes.
from Effie to Sally, and kind of bringing that to
All
life
those
beautifully.
characters who have been like, the underdog, not chosen, not the I've experienced this in my own life, so I think that's why I can bring so much truth to the
Yeah.
characters. Yeah.
Well, we're so grateful for that truth. And as we wrap up here, I have a little bit of a surprise. It's called the compliment game. And
Uh-oh.
basically, Marisha, I reached out to someone in your life for a little loving statement about you. I'm
No.
I'm gonna read it to you, and then you just have to guess who said it.
Okay.
Everyone's beautiful in their own way. It's the compliment game on the AOK. It's the compliment game.
You can ask me yes or no questions. You get 3 guesses, but Marisha, I think you're gonna get this one. Apparently, this person said it's pretty obvious. So
Okay.
here we go. Short and sweet. She's my favorite person ever. And whenever I hear her sing or see her in person, it makes my heart soar like an eagle.
Oh, it's Mikey.
It's Mike. Yes.
How'd you even get this from him?
I'm really good in the DMs. Sometimes I'll go through publicists, but I saw all your posts
Oh,
with him and I was like, that's the person I got to
Mikey.
reach out to. Yeah. And he DM'd me right away because we've been trying to plan this for a while and he's been sitting on that. So thank you.
I'm gonna send him a message now to call him after this.
He was very excited. He did like
That's
2
so
versions. He was like,
sweet.
that's not good enough. And then he did it. And he's like, she'll know. She'll know
Soar
it's me.
like an eagle. It was our thing.
So like an eagle. Yeah, I love that. I love that. Well, Marisha, I'm so grateful for our time together. And I would
Thank you.
love if we could end it by you sharing a tangible kindness tip. So something you would love everybody out there to do on their own corner to contribute to a kinder industry and a kinder world.
I think the kindest thing you can do is to teach somebody what you have learned in the
Mm,
industry. Like so many people I work with was like, this is what I know. Let me hook you up. Like, this is what I've learned. Don't gatekeep. I think that's the most kind thing that you can do. When people are like, "How did you get a visa to go to London?" Here you go. Let me tell you this. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I've gotten that kindness from other people where they were like, "Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Let me." So just imparting wisdom to people because you've already been through something that you've already been through, and just paying that
Mm.
forward and sharing that knowledge is how we can kind of all keep learning and how we can keep progressing, because like now everybody's not gonna make that mistake. We're gonna learn from that together and then
Mm.
move on. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really beautiful. Thank you for paying it forward, and just thank you for being you and sharing your gift with
Of
us. I'm so
course.
grateful.
Thank you so much. And I hopefully see you soon at the
I
next
hope
show.
so.
Until next time, remember, everything is gonna be A-OK.